Dear participants, good afternoon. Buon pomeriggio. Allow me first of all to thank the organizers for inviting UN Habitat to this important event entitled The Last 20 Milano. It is an honor and privilege to share the panel with eminent professor, climate change and clean energy expert. I would like to share some thoughts and perspective with you on renewable energy in Africa in the context of climate change in recent years. Dear participants, in the last 20 years, the continent of Africa has witnessed a lot of progress in the sector of renewable energy. In fact, the cost of renewable energy technology has reduced drastically, allowing more penetration and uses of the technology in both urban and rural areas. The decentralized nature of renewable energy has also facilitated access to energy in remote areas where the cost of extending the national grid has always been a limiting factor. Today, schools, clinics, water pumping stations, small enterprises, and many other economic facilities have access to cleaner power from renewable energy sources. Indeed, renewable energy technology is playing a leading role in the development of the continent. Farmers are adopting the technology to transform their products and create value addition. In the last 20 years, the availability of renewable energy technology in the market also contributed to break the monopoly of the state-owned power utility companies. The private sectors is switching gradually to cleaner energy that is cheaper in the long run than the fossil fuel energy. They are installing solar rooftop system and adopting the biogas technology. They are using geothermal technology. They are also exploring the opportunity to use wind energy. On the other hand, the effects of climate change are more evident than before. We have been seeing urban area being flooded, something that has not happened, something that was not existing before. We have been seeing rising of temperature. We have also been seeing change in season, making season longer than before, and also creating a lot of problem, affecting the farmers, affecting the growth, and also the agricultural production. Furthermore, they have also been affecting more people, in particular the urban poor, who represent over 60% of the urban population in sub-Saharan Africa. The transition towards cleaner energy option is contributing to the fight against climate change. It is also contributing to the fight against poverty. In this regard, African nations and local government are developing strategies and policy for the uptake of renewable energy and resource efficiency measures. In the recent years, numerous clean energy projects and programs have been implemented in the continent. Just to mention a few, the biggest wind farm that was just recently implemented in Africa, and in particular the Turkana wind farm with a capacity of 360 megawatts, was built with funding from different international financing agencies, and also together with the government of Kenya. And this is the biggest wind farm ever in sub-Saharan Africa. We have also witnessed the inauguration of the solar farm in Senegal, where this decentralized energy option is now supplying energy to thousands of Senegalese. In 2006, the United Nations headquarters in Nairobi designed and built the first Energy Plus building in sub-Saharan Africa. As a result of this initiative, several institutions in Kenya have adopted the concept of solar rooftop, and in Nairobi alone, more than 20 Energy Plus buildings can be visited today. UN Habitat has assisted several African countries to review their building code and integrate renewable energy technology and energy and resource efficiency measures. Rwanda was the first country to do so in 2014 to adopt a building code that includes a chapter on energy. The deployment of renewable energy technology in this landlocked country is faster than in any other countries in East Africa. In fact, the government has requested all public institutions, and particularly institutions that gather a lot of people, to build biogas systems so that they can transform waste into energy. UN Habitat also developed training tools on energy efficiency and renewable energy technology for local government and also for the academia. Today in the continent, we have courses. We have university that has embraced renewable energy as a courses, as a specialization, as a speciality, where we have more and more engineers that have a specialty on energy and energy efficiency. This was not the case 10 years ago. Dear participants, renewable energy is the key to overcome the climate change challenge. This is also a huge opportunity for the industrialization to go directly to green economy and address climate change in the process. By doing so, the African continent is not going to follow the same industrialization path that the economy has followed in the past. So by doing so, the emission will be reduced in the continent, and also the whole climate will benefit. In concluding my remark, I wish to point out that although there have been a lot of progress so far to adopt renewable energy and resource efficiency as solution to climate change and economic development, a lot still need to be done. Over 500 million people in Africa are still without access to electricity. Over 900 million people out of 1.3 billion total population of Africa are still without firewood, are still using firewood for cooking, with devastating consequences to the environment and loss of forest land. We cannot address climate change in isolation without developing strategy to improve the living condition of people. We need to join our effort in the research and development of innovative solutions that will improve people's living condition, so that we build back better, greener, and we leave no one behind. I wish to take this opportunity to thank you all for your attention. Thank you.